frogs, your feathers coming in. They never heed the word I speak. I try to gie a frun, but I up them up and cry, oh Bernie's Cuddle Doon. So that's the next song that you're learning. It's called Cuddle Doon. It's the lyrics are a poem from 19th century Scotland about a mother who's trying to get her children to settle down and go to sleep, and they won't. It's a famous and beloved song in Scotland, or not song, poem in Scotland. It gets read at Christmas time a lot, I think. I've seen that. And if you follow the whole poem, which is longer than this, it talks about how the father comes home and the children who've been fighting and won't go to sleep for their mother immediately, you know, pretend they're asleep because I guess they didn't want to get in trouble with their father. And when he asks, well, did the kids go down okay for you? The mom says, yes, they did. Because she thinks to herself, at some point in life, it will get hard and they'll work all day and they'll come home and they'll just fall asleep in their beds because life back then was hard. And so why get them in trouble for having energy now? And so instead of Lavender's Blues way of doing things where we did everything out for you and made you do, you know, a little bit of this and a little bit of this and a little bit of this, what we're going to do here is we're going to give you a bunch of training activities for you to do, but in the end you're going to draw on what you need to in each activity and get it together so that you can strum and sing this and also play the melody as well. So I'm going to go through a bunch of different exercises and you do the ones that you think will help you the best. Although, you know, I'm going to do them in a way that I think is logical, that makes it pretty simple to begin with. So the first thing is just the words. And I'm going to play and sing a line and you should try and do it with me. I'll do each one a couple times so that you have a chance to hear it and then to try and follow. So it goes. The bairnies Cuddle Doon at Nick. The bairnies Cuddle Doon at Nick. And one more time. The bairnies Cuddle Doon at Nick. Okay. And then the whole line. The bairnies Cuddle Doon at Nick with muckle fausch and din. 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 Going into the next line. Oh, try and slip ye way free rogues. Oh, try and slip ye way free rogues. Oh, try and slip ye way free rogues. Your feathers coming in. Your feathers coming in. One more time. Your feathers coming in. Let's try and do all of line 3. They never heed a word I speak. I try to gie a frun. Again. They never heed a word I speak. I try to gie. Oops. I try to gie a frun. Let's try that one more time. They never heed the word I speak. I try to gie a frun. Okay, going on. But I up them up and cry, oh bairnies Cuddle Doon. Okay, we'll do the whole thing once now, all the way through. A little slow. The bairnies Cuddle Doon at Nick with muckle fausch and din. Oh, try and slip ye way free rogues, your feathers coming in. They never heed the word I speak. I try to gie a frun, but I up them up and cry, oh bairnies Cuddle Doon. Okay, so obviously one of the skills is can you sing the words in time? And they've got some funny lyrics, and so you have to know them well enough that you're not staring at the page the whole time. Okay. How are we going to strum this? Well, you're going to have to strum the chords, and when you perform this eventually for me, it's going to be one strum per beat. So it'd be like, the bairnies Cuddle Doon at Nick with Muckle Fausch and Din, like that, right? And so I think the first thing that you might try to do is just to get a nice down strum, and we're using the finger down strum, not the thumb down strum, right? And just nice down, okay? So try reading the words and strumming with me. Here we go, ready? 1, 2, 1. The bairnies Cuddle Doon at Nick with Muckle Fausch and Din. Oh, try and slip ye away frae rogues, your feathers coming in. They never heed a word I speak. I try to gie a froon, but I up them up and cry, oh bairnies Cuddle Doon. So that would be an exercise that I would practice before I tried putting everything together. Okay? Another one that you can try, and all of these on this video are so that you can stop and say, that's the thing I want to work on. I'll practice with Jewel right there. But you get to pick what order, what mixture, what kind of recipe. I think the next thing to do, of course, would be to do the chords and strum, right? So we'll go slowly, and you might have to break this down. I'm going to say the words as well, just so you know where you're at in the music, okay? So here we go, ready? So one strum, so it'll be like, the bairnies Cuddle Doon at Nick. About that fast, okay? Here we go, ready? 1, 2, 1. The bairnies Cuddle Doon at Nick with Muckle Fausch and Din. Oh, try and slip ye away frae rogues, your feathers coming in. They never heed a word I speak. I try to gie a froon, but I up them up and cry, oh bairnies Cuddle Doon. So that's kind of a medium slow one, and again, you can practice just strumming, right? Once you've got the words and the singing down and the strumming and the chords down, you can rewind and do that one again and try singing with me. Just for fun, so that you know you're getting a little better, we'll do a faster one right now. Here we go. So same thing, you can pick two, you can either say the words in time, you can try and strum and say the words together, or you can actually strum the chords with the strumming, and finally you can put them all together, words, singing, right? And the strumming and the chords. But we'll do it a little faster tempo. Here we go, ready? 1, 2, 1. The bairnies Cuddle Doon and Nick with Muckle Fausch and Din. Oh, try and slip ye away frae rogues, your feathers coming in. They never heed the word I speak. I try to gie a froon, but I up them up and cry, oh bairnies Cuddle Doon. All right. So the next thing, of course, is to play the melody. And I think I'd like to point out some things about the melody. You can work on them. First off, you know all the notes. You've played them all on the other songs and on the flashcards and things. To begin with, I would never ask you to learn this using your 4th string. We'll deal with 4th string notes and melodies in the second half of the term. But for right now, we're just playing on these strings here, the 3 strings right here. So we'd go D, C, right? And then D, E. Notice that I'm getting rid of all the rhythms, right? So you might try going like D, C, there's a bunch of those, and then it goes D, E, F, C, D, D. That's the first line, right? How do you feel real comfortable with D, C, Cuddle Doon, Nick, Muckle Fausch and Din? You can start to put the other notes in there, but say the lyrics. Hopefully you know that already, so you can go your timing will be the same as what you've been singing, practicing. The bear needs Cuddle Doon at Nick with Fausch and Din. Just practice that a lot. Notice that it's just a C scale. I mean, it starts on D, but then it just goes C, D, E, F, and then C, C, D, D kind of thing. It's just part of the C scale. Second line, it goes O on the D, and then the second line is E, try and slip, ye way free rogues, your feathers combing in. So it's again rising with the scale and then jumping down. Okay, let's try that again. O, try and sleep, ye way free rogues, your feathers combing in. Okay. Third line just goes straight from, it goes G, they, knave, and just goes down the whole C scale. It goes C, B, A, G, F, E, D. Doesn't quite get down to the C till the last time. So here's line 9 starting with the, or sorry, measure 9, third line, starting with the they from the previous lines, your pickup note. They never heed a word I speak, I try to gie a froon. It's just going down the notes of the scale. Let's try it again. They never heed a word I speak, I try to gie a froon. Let's try it with the notes in there, every individual notes. They never heed a word I speak, I try to gie a froon. Now, it is exactly the same for the next two measures, but I up them oop and cry. Let's just do that again. Pick up to measure 13. This is the but before measure 13 and then in measure 13. But I up them oop and cry, oh. Now, these last two measures are in fact the most difficult spot of the entire piece to play. You have to go, oh, bear, knees, Cuddle Doon. And it's tricky because you've been doing all these scale patterns that just go down the notes, and then all of a sudden we have skips, and not just skips, but zigzags up and down. I want to show you that the G's on O and knees are actually just ornament notes. If you look, it just goes, oh, bear, knees, Cuddle Doon. This is going down the scale. What we have to be able to do is get the notes in between. And here's how I do it. I'd go so slow, like this. Oh, bear, knees, coo. Now it's an E. Dool, doon. And I'd do that a bunch of times. We'll do it 3 times. Here we go. Oh, bear, knees, coo, doon, doon. 2 more times. Oh, bear, knees, coo, doon, doon. Slow but in time now. Oh, bear, knees, coo, doon, doon. The whole of the last line with but from the previous measure. But I up them oop and cry, oh, bear, knees, Cuddle Doon. Okay? So, think about how you need to work with this and use these exercises, play along with them, pick and choose the areas that you need to work on, but in the end, you should be able to play the melody to an accompaniment of somebody playing the chords. You should be able to strum the chords with good finger strum down on each chord. So you go, the, bear, knees, Cuddle Doon, at Nick, right? And finally, you should be able to play the chords and sing all together, right? The bear, knees, Cuddle Doon, at Nick with Fausch and Din. Oh, try and slip ye away, free rogues, your feathers coming in. They never heed a word I speak, I try to get a froon, but I up them up and cry.